Welcome back, profit takers. So we're going to do a backtest bar replay with the Nasdaq, and I have added the Friday's closed price. We have right here. Okay, that's the close price. And then I put the low here for Friday and just extended that throughout the week as well, and then the high. So coming to the markets on Monday, it was after the holiday, so we know the markets are explosive. And then we're at the high. So, by the time I get to the charts, it's about 4 in the morning. So the only two things that I have in front of me is to see that the high has failed, and, our chances of going short are pretty good. So I'm going to take the low of the day to the high. And that's what I'm going to use for right now. This is a 15-minute chart. And initially, we're just looking for the lower low on the inside. Okay. Entries, guys, we can often use the previous day high and low for entries and for targets. Okay. Depending on which way you're going. And of course, open price is also a big clue. So let's let this play a little bit and see what's up. I believe the indicator did show a one peak formation high. And we had news. Did we have news on last Monday? I don't think so. All right, so now this is 7 a.m. Now here's the thing, guys. I know it's 7 a.m. It's actually, 7 a.m. Central for me, but typically this is pretty early, right? So if the setup is there, then you just want to take it. Let me go ahead and get to a lower time frame. This is M3. I do like to switch between M3 and M1. Sometimes I can see it a lot clearer, right? So we had our first break, right? We have the change of character, break in structure right here. And that was at 3 a.m. So if I would have looked at that prior, that's another clue here. So I'm going to take that low to the high and get my entry a little bit more tight, because I like to use these levels, right, 1.16 as targets, okay? And then the next one as another potential target. So for right now, my first target would have been taken, right? Because we had a nice clean pattern here where it broke structure, and then of course it did its 3 pushes back up again, and then we had the opportunity to enter. Let's look at M1. Let's see what that looks like. This is the most recent low. Again, that's at 438. So that's what I also, let me just adjust that. If I went to that part right there, almost the same. It's not that far off. I'll go ahead and use that low, because that's technically where I would have been at anyway, coming to the charts at 4 in the morning and then waiting for the next low on the inside, right? The most recent one. So the entry, it would have put me in pretty early, okay? Right, after this, after it finishes passing the golden zone there, I would have been totally in this market right here. And then first target right here, which would have hit quite nicely. All right. Let's go to M5. Again, really nice. If I was to use M5, I would have went here, but again, just really depending on the time frame that you're at, right? This is another good one. In early, guys. If the setup is there, then you just want to go ahead and prepare to get in. You don't really have to wait until the market opens, is what I have been realizing. And it's also something that Stacy Burke says as well. Let's continue to see if we're going to get this thing to hit another target. Now the market is open. This is 9:15. Actually, this is the market open. Sorry, 8:30 because I'm in Central Time. This is 8:30. So this would have been, I would have had to have taken, if I, like I said, I like to take my targets here, right? And then I scale it, or I trail it till this target. Okay. Now, I would have already closed this thing. I would have scaled it to close when the market opened because it was already pulling back pretty hard, right? Again, it comes back up to the Friday's high, almost close to the highest day. And this just gives us another opportunity to take this. And you could have literally taken it from the top. You don't really have to wait for it to come back down here, right? You could just have taken it from the top there. So if you didn't get in earlier, this was the other opportunity to get into the market after this is the open. And then, of course, this was the opportunity. And again, you can always use these levels to get into the market. And being that the golden zone is right there, guys, based on this 5-minute chart, this would have been an ideal entry. However, you could have just gotten in. Boom. All right, so let's see if it's going to come down here. Because remember, this is the higher time frame one, and this other one here is the lower time frame. We are playing around with Friday's close price, right? And again, as you can see how price is working in that area. And we just want this thing to break through. That's all we want it to do. Is that going to make it is the question. I don't know. If it doesn't make it, then we get out of there. All right. But for the most part, the way I trade, I would have already been out. Let me move to M15. This thing is breaking highs right now. So it didn't make it. It did not make it down here, guys, which is fine. The idea was to, if we use the higher time frame and we got in early, right? You want to take your profits at, previous day low, right? Or high, whichever one that, whichever way you're going. But for this one, of course, we want to take our profits as previous day low, and wait for the next entry if you were trading this on a higher time frame. But as you saw on the lower time frame, we were able to get in and get out pretty early, right? Before this thing started to create a high right here on the inside, as you can see, right? Okay. So let's finish out Monday. Let's see how it closes. Okay, that high failed. We're still doing good. What time? Okay, let me stop it now because we are in a new day. We're now in Tuesday. So Tuesday, guys, I am counting this break because the way I looked at this market, it looked like a reset to the high. So we have the peak reset, and then we had the one previous day break. Now, we're definitely looking for the next thing here. We are looking for price to continue to break through. So what I'm going to do, this is technically going to be now the day 2 trend trade. Okay. So I like to take the previous day high and then the low, and then I will draw a little box at the 50%. And the idea is price will come around this area and then continue to break down. Okay, this is our open for the day. So perhaps it might not even get that high, right? Or maybe it will, I don't know. And then we're able to take entries off of the open, right? Because we want to break this level here and continue on down. All right, so we have this level drawn out. So what I'm going to do next is take the low from the previous day and, oh wait, I got that all wrong. Let's see, maybe I'll use, I don't really have much of a high to use right now. So I'm going to use, I'll use that area, which is right around, now you could play around with it. Like, this is subjective, okay? I'm gonna do this because again, I'm looking to go short and I'm looking to break this low. Right, we want to break this low. We want price to do something like this, and then we want to take profits there. Let's see if that happens. Oh, it says M15. And let's see, what time is it now? Let me pause that. It's only 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not here yet. Okay, 4 o'clock in the morning now. 4:30. I'm at the chart. So let me go down to M5. Let's see what my recent lows are. Okay, this could possibly be, now that we have a change of character here, we should expect something magical to happen here. So I'm going to go ahead and use that high and use it for my target. Let's see what M3 looks like. Looking like it's good. Okay. All right, so I'll leave it on M3. Let's go ahead and play. Beautiful. And this is like really early in the morning, right? Our mascot is talking. All right, so is it going to make it to our first target? We're clearly underneath our open price. We're clearly underneath that. I don't know if she's going to stop talking or not. So we had our break in structure. Then we had our break of structure here. And that's what we're looking for, right? So if you did not get in here, then getting in here is just, it's great. Okay. Let's hit play. hit our target. Let's go to M5. Is it going to hit the larger time frame? I don't know. It's all the way down there. So let's go to M5. Let me finish this out. And this is 7 o'clock in the morning. This is the second target. Hit that for the lower time frame. Boom, it hit the first target on the higher time frame. And this is 8:45 in the morning. Moving to M15. This was a great day 2 trend trade. Absolutely fantastic. And notice here what Stacy says all the time. We have a rectangle. He's quoting, I think his name is Paul Brandt. Is it Brandt, guys? I don't remember. But we have a rectangle here, and this is, the rectangle is the pattern within the pattern. I hear him say that all the time. The pattern within the pattern. So, you know, this is a scalable trade when we see something like that. So, I am not trading anyway by this time because it's already at the end of the day. So we're in a new day now. So let's take a look where we are. What has happened? So now we are going into day 3. Okay, because I count the peak 1, 2, and 3. And then we've broken structure with the previous day low 2 times. So the expectation here is day 3 can often present a reversal. Okay. Another thing about day 3, and it's Wednesday, it's also the midweek, right? So it resets the market. And this is what really changed how I, really saw the markets, because Stacy would talk about how it just reset and start over, right? Because I never used to think it would just start over. I'll just keep counting the days. And that's how I got lost in the sauce. So if it is in fact going to reverse today, then what we would expect is, a higher high. So right now, this is the open. This is our first high. I don't trade that early, but I'm going to go ahead and mark that. And if we do, in fact, go long, I would take that inside of the high to, the low. That's all I would have at this time, because this is like at 7 o'clock at night. I can draw this before I go to bed. Okay. All right. So let's let it play. And usually when price closes back inside, guys, it puts the low and then closes inside. I've noticed that also can, it's setting up the high of the day for the dump in pump. Okay. Let me pause that. What time is it? It's 4:15. So 4:15 in the morning. Let me scroll down to M5. Let's see what that's looking like. My dog is probably gonna start going crazy because she's looking outside. We have a lower high here. That's the most recent one. Let's see. I think there was news on Tuesday. Let's see, what time was it? It was at 9 o'clock. So 8 o'clock my time. Let's go down to M3. So what we can see here, we had the break in structure, and then the low. Let me erase that. It's still dumping, basically, because remember, we're looking for this thing to give us an opportunity to go long, right? That's the idea. So let me keep this like that. Let me make it closer so we can see it. This is M1. Not much. I'm going to go to M5 and just let it play. Because if we're going to buy this market, we want to buy it at the low. I think I was reading that thing wrong a little bit ago. Sorry about that. We're looking to go long. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. So now we have this high here. What time is it? 7:20. You can keep on giving us our highs on the inside. That's great. Use that one. There it is. Happened so quickly. See that high? That's the one I used. And to the low. So this is where we would have gotten in. And that thing did what we expected it to do. It hit the first target. Now this is the target from the higher time frame. Let's see if it's going to hit that. And this is M5. I think this is an acceptable time frame for everybody. But this measurement was from M15. So as we got to Friday's high, actually that was Friday's low. I mean, that's it, right? We don't want to, if it doesn't break that, then it's fine. Because guess what we're doing? We're countering. This long trade is a counter trade. So we would definitely use this level to get out of the market. Okay. That's something else you want to consider. So you see how quickly I got lost in the sauce there. I was like thinking break a structure going short. And I was like, oh wait, we're not doing that. We're going long. So it's always good to reassess really quickly. Let's go to M15. Where are we in M15? So as we can see here, now news was at 7:30. No, was it 7? Hold on. News was at 9 o'clock my time. So 3 hours from then, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 o'clock is another opportunity to go and take the actual trend. So if we look at this, if we got in, took the counter trend here, and then the next thing we're looking for is if we come back, that's if this is available to you, right? If we come back to the market, right, after we've taken this trade, because as you can see clearly, guys, this high that I was talking about right there played out beautifully, right? Just beautifully. We got the long trade. We took it up to market the Friday's low close to the open, and that was the end of that trade, right? So now you have the opportunity to short the market. Okay. And this is 3 hours, a little bit over 3 hours, maybe 4, because it's 1:45. And for me, would have been 12, right? So 1 is when this thing started to play out, right? You could have taken that, measure that inside and just to the high. Any one of these levels, right? Even that level right there. This is M15, y'all. So let me go to M5. All right, we got the low on the inside, and that's what we're looking for when we're wanting to short. High on the inside when we were confirming the long trend. See now how clear M5 is sometimes. So that's why I'm like, if you M5, M3, man, super clear, right? You can see what it is that you're looking for precisely. And this happened at 7, right? A whole hour went by and you didn't see this. You just got to reassess sometimes and just review what is it that you're looking at. That's why I do that too. Because you can easily be like, oh gosh, I'm watching paint dry here, right? So this is M3. So this is why I like these. I just switch between these two time frames because I like them. All right. So if you were going to go short later on in the afternoon, which is the beautiful setup. Again, this low on the inside set up at 12 o'clock, almost 12 o'clock, 11:30. So it took, a couple more hours so to 2 o'clock basically before it started to actually drop. Right, so great short trade for the remainder of the day. So we have the break in structure. Now we're waiting for the break of structure. But if you took this one, I wouldn't be mad at you for taking this at all. Would not be mad. Now we're going into the next day, because this thing, by the time this thing hit here, and again, remember this is always my target. If it didn't come down here and started, I would have managed this out quickly, right? Because you just don't know if it's going to go back down there. And again, this is 2 o'clock. This is 14:10. It's already 2 o'clock. So it's not much going on. I don't really care to trade after that. It's just not my thing. So let's move on to the next day. All right. Let's go to M15. Let's reassess. Where are we? Now, so Monday, new peak reset. Got 1 break, 2 break. There's no break here, right? This is just day 3 we got the reversal trade that we were looking for. And it did give an opportunity to go short one more time, but it was later on in the session. So we didn't break structure here at all, which is fine. And this is the parabolic trade setup, by the way, guys. Just FYI. So Stacy's World, we're now in day 2. Okay, and I'm looking for that. We're gonna get it because it hasn't happened yet, right? It hasn't happened yet. Now, is this what day is this? This is the 3rd. Okay. So are we gonna get it, right? What do I see right now? I see that we have a low right here on the inside. So I'm just going to take that to the previous day high. This is M15. And what I'm looking for is, price to drop and take out this low. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. Let's hit play. It's 2 in the morning. I'm going to pause it right here because I am being late. It is get down to M5. All right, this is 7 in the morning. I get to the charts. I'm already at the charts. That's why I marked this high. That's the only high that we have. So again, you see this high on the inside, then, it's an opportunity for you to take a reversal. Again, this isn't anything that I'll hold, but if you were to take that trade, you can. This is the most recent high, and this is at 6 o'clock in the morning. I would go to the most recent low. Well, sort of, right here. And this is obviously the open range. Okay. So we have this high right here that you could use. You could have used the high that was placed earlier in the session, right? Move it up to that one. And you can see quickly here. Again, this is open price. Now previous day high. So this is another example of where you can enter using previous day high, right? As opposed to the daily open, but that's still a thing. Okay, they're all entries and profit targets. All right, so your entry for this long trade, of course, always, this one seems to work 97% of the time. I'm not going to give it 100% because sometimes it doesn't hit it. So that would have been that trade if you took that trade early, and this was at 7 o'clock in the morning for me, so 8 o'clock right in, pre-market. Okay, so this is all pre-market if you were going to take that trade. All right. So still looking for a short trade, guys. Right. But this opportunity presented, and it was a valuable one. Right. So you see the high like that, guys, just go ahead and set it up. Right. Just set it up and take it, but don't hold on it. All right. Okay. Let's go. Let's finish this out. Again, we're still in pre-market. So the only low that I have now, excuse me, is this one right here. And this is the new high. Okay, so this is the lower time frame entry for the short trade, and then this was the higher time entry for the short trade at the open price. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. The markets were so good. We got that one, and we got that one. Anything else now is just gravy. That's what they say. And this is M5. All right, let me pause this. Let's go to M15. Now, I do want to make a comment here on the dashboard. This actually, day 3, Wednesday, changed the trend to a new peak low. So the dashboard did show this as the new peak, right? This was the new peak low. And then on this day, it was showing 2 peak low, because remember, it counts. This is 1 and then this is 2. So that day I was saying, okay, price did take out, right? It was taking out these highs. Okay. So the reason why the dashboard was showing like it was looking like it was going to break up and continue is because of market structure. It's going to respond in real time based on market structure, guys. So if you don't understand market structure, you're going to think the dashboard doesn't work. Okay. So I just want to point that out. So that day, for this trade setup, what do we also have here? Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 3 days of rise pretty much. And then boom, we have our 3-day reversal. And remember, I had the question, okay, I'm still looking for that thing to break. And it did. It gave us the previous day break on this 3rd day trade setup, which was beautiful. Worked like a charm. Okay. So that's how the dashboard works. So you just have to be mindful of that. All right. So let's keep going. So now we are going into Thursday, which is, day 2 in the Burke world. And we've had this huge drop, right? So did I say that wrong? Hold on, guys. This is Friday. Sorry. So this was Thursday, right? When the dashboard was talking about all this in terms of thinking we're going long. But we're not, because, again, I already explained what happened here. We have 1, 2, 3, and then the market structure itself was what causes it to change, because it responds to whatever the market is saying for that current time. So now we're coming into Friday. I am looking for, so now we got the, we got the last break there. So now markets is going to do one of two things. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's look at H1 so I can fit it all in here. Don't mind this. I'm just getting ready for next week. So days of the peak. Here's my pen. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 days of the peak, right? And we know that the market maker cycle is anywhere between 3 to 4 days, sometimes 5. So day 4 is going to this day is either going to be a reset of the current trend or a reversal. Okay. That's the only two things that's going to happen. So right now, this trend is complete. What we have done so far is completed. So now we're starting afresh. So, and again, in Burke's world, Wednesday was 1, 2, and then 3. So we got the trade to complete this cycle. So now it could possibly reverse, right? It could possibly reverse because now we have 1, 2, and then Friday coming into 3. It could definitely do that, right? That's what you got to think about after 4 days are done, or 3 days, because sometimes this happens in 3 days. You just never know. Okay, so let me break down to M15. I'm just going to use this area here, guys. That's the only thing that I have available to me at this moment. And again, remember, we use the open price as entry. So price could, come through here, fake it out, and then go up long, or price could come up to the initial balance and then drop. Don't know. So I'm going to use this as my possible long trade. And then just, again, this is at night. This is right now at 11 o'clock. I'm not at my charts at 11 o'clock, but before 11 o'clock, I'm going to have this drawn out right here and then just kind of mark this area for possible entry. And then, of course, this is the initial balance, Tuesday's low. So we could definitely come up here and get support or resistance. Don't know. And it's non-farm, 8:30, I believe it was. Yeah, 8:30 for me. Oh, 7:30 for me, 8:30 for Eastern. It's M15. Okay, 4 o'clock. I'm at the chart. I'm at the chart at 4 o'clock, guys. What do I have here? I'm going to go ahead and can't grab this thing. There we go. I have a high right there. Sorry, guys, my dog. And I have a low, right? But I'm gonna go ahead with my initial thing here, because if this low does anything, I'll put it right here. So again, I'm still looking for this thing to go long, so I don't know that it's gonna short this thing. I just don't think that's gonna be a thing. But anyway, let's play. This is M5. Because we're at the low anyway. Let's see what happens. Is it gonna break through that high on the inside and give me a long trade. Let's see, what time is it? It's 7 o'clock. Let me go down to M3, see if I have anything else here that I can use. Bring that up a little bit. Yep, that's good. It's a higher high on M1. Now back to M3. Go put it on M5. Oh, let me hit play. Well, that news, look at that news candle. You could have taken that short, but I honestly, I do not like those type of trades. I just don't. That would have never been my trade. I always like to wait till after the news. All right. Our trade is activated. This is M5. Are we going to get what we're looking for? We first activated right above initial balance high, and we're looking for it to come to this level. This is also a good level with the previous week's high as well. And I'm not gonna lie, if I see prices hovering up at this level, I'm like, let's take it. Let's take that. I ain't even gonna lie, because that's a level right there that is just a powerful level to use. So it would have totally been a trade that I would have taken. Now, being that it was non-farm, and this long trade was a hot mess, because it wasn't like smooth all the way up, right? At least not on the lower time frame. Let's see what M5, I mean, even on M15, oof. But I came back on Friday. I didn't take this long trade here. I did come back on Friday and I took this short trade. I took the short trade there because I had totally missed this one to take it long. So I was like, okay, I'll just wait for it to come back short. So I just got a little bit out of NAS on Friday on the short trade, right? Because after that, it was just a hot mess. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was looking at another pair. I think it was gold. Gold was doing pretty good. Crude. You know, those short trades were playing out really nicely. But that is definitely what I was looking for. And boom, I got distracted. But anyway. I think we all fell guilty of that. But I think we're done now with Friday, okay? Now that was the Nasdaq, guys, for the week. It's the weekly template. Great trades, everything, you know, that I would have done, especially on Friday, and being that it was non-farm, that was probably the only one that I was like, ugh, I missed it, because I was looking at something else. But yeah, that is the week, guys. That's the weekly template. So now I am going to get prepared for this next week. I have my biases set now. Okay. I'm just going to wait for price to give me a little bit more information. But what do I have in front of me is Friday's low, Friday's close, which I need to move this down a little bit. Okay. And then Friday's high. That's the information that I have in front of me right now. And then, of course, waiting for, right now the dashboard is showing that we are going to have a day 2 trend trade to go short. But right now, looking at what price is doing, I don't know that that's going to be the case just yet. So I'm just going to wait until, we get a little bit more information, right? So if it does go short, I have my low here to guide me. And I have that. That's what I have here. I just don't know why I drew it twice, but I just wanted you guys to see. Okay, so we have the low here. I'm using the high of Friday as of right now. If the range extends, right? If when Mondays opens up and establishes the high and low, is it going to extend this, or is it going to extend it to the low, right? Or are we going up? I don't know. But if it does give us a day 2 trend trade, be great. But it will actually be 3 days in the market, because Monday would be 3 days from Friday. So we could go long too, right? It could also definitely go long. So I mean, look at this high in the inside there. So I have that area marked, right, to the low of Friday, because that's all the information that I have as of right now. And it could definitely go long. So until we get some more information, when the market opens, we'll be able to see things a little bit more clear, make some adjustments to where it is that I've already marked, and then we'll trade from there. And do we have news on Monday? No news. So no news. It should be a beautiful trade, just like it was the last Monday where we didn't have any news as well. Okay. All right. I hope you enjoyed this session. It was a pleasure to record this with you, and we'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.